Hello and welcome to, I almost said welcome to Richard Burns Rally. No, welcome to Assetto Corsa Rally. Thank you very much for joining me in today's video, and given what I almost called it, you know what to expect with this particular video. I'm going to be trying this out, not for the first time, but first time in a video, of course. I've already put 50 miles on the clock with 3 or 4 different cars on the various stages, but I've just spent that time really tweaking the graphics, trying to get it to work properly, getting a feel for the physics, getting a feel for the force feedback, so that I can give a fairly comprehensive and as accurate as I can be, subjective, of course, opinion of what I think of Assetto Corsa Rally. In short, it's good. Really good, and for the price that I paid for this, £17.99, it's a steal. So I highly recommend you go and buy it if you like rally titles, full stop, as long as you're interested in simulation, because this is no arcade racer. Let's get started, and I'll show you exactly what I mean by that, as well as go into a little bit more detail about my thoughts. So if we just go into free practice here, and I'll talk about controls and things like that in a while once we're up and running as well. If we go into free practice, currently we have two locations available, France and Wales, with 2 stages in each one. One is 100% tarmac, one is 100% gravel. I will be taking both out in this video, or checking both out in this video. For this one, let's go ahead and let's take this one, 10 kilometers. It says it's medium difficulty. I think that seems like a reasonable choice. And then for the car, I am going to be taking out this Mini Cooper, right now, Mini Cooper S 1964, starting off nice and slow, but these are the cars that we currently have available, starting all the way from the H3 class. We've got H2 class, H1, Group 2 Rally, of course, B2 right there. We've got the A-Class Rally, we've got the Evolution Rally. I'm not sure what this is. So this was after the Group A, A-Class, B-Class, Group A. So it says Group WR. I thought it was called 2000s or something. I never knew that. So there we go. Then we've got Group R, which is a much more modern. These are modern machines, and then of course a H1 class. So plenty of different vehicles. We've got all-wheel drive vehicles, we've got rear-wheel drive vehicles, we've got front-wheel drive vehicles, manual vehicles with 4 gears with 840 degrees of rotation, cars with 1,200 plus degrees of rotation, 900 degrees of rotation, sequential gearboxes, manual gearboxes. It's all there. Paddle shifts, or actual sequential. It's all there, and they have put that all together, which is great. And let's just go ahead and select that car. If we go to weather and time, you can change the time of day, you can change the time acceleration and the weather. We're just going to start off with clear. Given the weather outside right now in Britain, or on the Friday that this is coming out, it is wet, it is windy in a lot of places, it's a bit stormy. So I will be doing, when I go to Wales, I'm definitely going to be doing a wet setup and giving that a go. And you can see that you can start the road off wet and let it dry up and have optimal or fast or whatever you want to do. It's just very, very customizable, which is great. And dynamic weather apparently is a thing. If we do that, I can go into dynamic weather, which is something I hope that Assetto Corsa Evo version 0.4 brings in. Personal leaderboards, we have all the driving assists. As you can see, I have everything off apart from the handbrake assist. And the reason for that is because I do not have a working handbrake. So I've tried to bind one of my flight simulator controls to it. I do not think that's a smart idea. So I do not have that on. And then there is also an option for free drive, which just allows you to potter around the track at leisure. It's probably so that you get to learn various different corners of the track, hazards and whatnot. But I've switched on hardcore mode with penalties off, and so you can see that I have car damage, graphical damage, everything is set to realistic. I want to see what happens. Let's go ahead and start the session. It isn't the fastest title to load, but it is far from slow. So that is great. There is the odd hiccup here and there when it loads in, but nothing too severe. And you can see the options for car service, repairs, and tyre selection. Let's just have a look at repairs, just to show you how in-depth this is. So this is the car overview. So we've got engine, radiator, exhaust at the moment, gearbox, clutch, front diff, suspension on all the corners, geometry, front left, front right geometry, bodywork, windscreen, all the brakes, and then your electronics. So that's the level of your car repair availability at the moment. I think this will probably increase, because what I think they will do is you'll go to engine, click on this, and probably have more information about the engine that needs to be fixed up. That's going to look really pretty good. Car setup, similarly, you've got, well, in this car there isn't too much, but you can set up your diff, your wheels, your brakes, any electronics and aerodynamics that you have. It's all there. So that is also really good. And of course, you have tyre selection. So in this case, I'm using tarmac soft. You've got wet tarmac options, soft, medium, and hard. And of course, if you're on rally, you'll have the rally options, as well as tyre life. Very, very detailed already from version 0.1. You can also view the car, and you can start the engine if you want. There's no starter motor ignition yet, that's fine. Switch on the lights, there you go. You can switch on indicators if you want, or hazard lights, or whatever. Wipers, close and open and close doors, open and close the boot. It's all up to you. There you go. Where's the spare tyre? Where is the spare tyre in this? Isn't the spare tyre supposed to be in the boot? Never mind. Well, let's go ahead and get started. I've just changed the camera by mistake. Let's go ahead and get started. Take this out for a drive. See what it's like. Now, of course, as I said, I have been doing this for a while. I've set this up, because I've set this up in hardcore mode, I have to go ahead and start the engine and drive to the start of the stage myself. So let's go ahead and do that. I want to check the clutch. I think this has slightly better clutch physics than Evo does. They could still improve it a little, but still, it's better than Evo at the moment. And one of the things that I do want to show, in fact, I'm coming up to the start of the stage already, so it doesn't matter. So drive up, there we go. Not sure what that missing button assignment is for, but there we go. One, go.
5 right and 5 left long.
Now,
130.
why have I picked a tarmac stage to start with? Well, if you have played all the older rally titles, Dirt's Rally, WRC titles, EA's WRC itself, even BeamNG Drive,
6 right, don't cut. 50.
all of those titles have
6 left
struggled
long,
with
80.
tarmac. I don't think this title
6
is
right
struggling with
long
tarmac in the
and
same
6
way.
left.
However, whilst the physics are excellent, and they truly are excellent in this title, whilst the physics are excellent, the problem is the force feedback is a little... What's the right way to describe this? Pliable? Soft? Wallowy? I think it's to do... It's the same issue with Assetto Corsa Evo. I think it is the same issue. It's not that the force feedback is bad. I can feel, for example, weight transfer really quite well.
200.
This is a problematic corner, this one. I can feel the weight transfer. That's the thing that I can feel more than anything.
Kink left into 4 right, don't cut.
But I cannot feel
40. Kink right into
the various...
3 left, short and sudden 4 right.
I don't know, I
50.
cannot feel the road surface. That's
Caution,
perhaps what it
5
is.
left,
It's the
over
road
crest,
surface I'm
into,
struggling to
heavy
feel.
right, tightens
And
left.
that's making it quite difficult.
60.
Hairpin, hairpin, hairpin.
4 right,
So,
tightens,
I'm
50.
struggling to feel parts of the road surface, and I think
4
that
left,
is
very long, don't cut.
an issue. that needs to be dealt with. It makes this title harder to play than it should be. That being said, this is not an easy title. This is far from an easy title, as you can see with the car. So the back of the car was stepping out there because of the camber of that corner as I went down and around. That just, yeah, that was quite. That was quite something. Here we go. Now I'm not going to say I'm the fastest driver in any of this because I'm far from it. Have I driven on roads like this in real life? Yes. I have driven on this sort of narrow, twisty road. At the speeds that I'm doing right now, maybe not so much. This is a little bit faster than... Exactly that. This is a little bit faster than perhaps I would be looking to drive on these sorts of roads. And it's very easy to make that sort of a mistake. I think I've broken my wheel. Let's try and get that in reverse. Come on, reverse. No, I can guess up there. There we go. Well, it's a good look at the damage model. And let's see what sort of damage I've done. It was set to realistic. Let's see what sort of damage that I've done to the vehicle. It's pulling. That sort of atmosphere as well. People running out, trying to take photos. It reminds me of Gran Turismo 4. And
5 left, very long, tightens 4, over crest, 80.
So the way the car pitched through that, very nice, very realistic.
Kink left, into 4 right, very long.
But yes, physics-wise, this feels perfect.
And 5 left, into 3 right long, opens
I'm not paying attention to the pace notes, and I do not know these stages all too well. I need to be paying attention to the pace notes and talking to you at the same time. Not the easiest thing to do.
60.
So, my issue here is only not being able to feel the limits of grip or where the grip is on, oh dear, on the force feedback. That's it. Physics-wise, actually what the car is doing when it does whatever, when I'm crashing around or what have you, it feels very right, very realistic. Weight transfer is actually communicated well through the force feedback. I just think it's road feel that is missing. So I do not know which tyres are scrambling for grip or whether I'm scrambling for grip. That I have to do in a different manner. Car feels a bit... it seems to be pulling a little... Yeah, the car appears to be pulling just a little, but it isn't too bad. I'm assuming this is just because this is a very early representation of the mechanical damage. That's the only thing I can think of for this not being as bad as I thought it might be. I was expecting to have incurred a lot more damage.
Kinks 150.
When you said big cut, that's not really a big cut, is it?
6 right. Caution, brake, kink left, into, tight hairpin right.
But in terms of driving, it's good. It's very, very good. The cars are responding the way I expect the car to respond. Right down to the chirps. Or for example there, where I was driving just off the edge of the track.
5 right, very long, tightens
Driving
100.
suspension damage. I can feel some suspension damage. Driving off the edge of the track, I was scrambling for grip, so the car was trying to rotate into... where am I going? The car was trying to rotate into the area where there was less grip, which is completely realistic and makes sense. Makes complete sense.
5 right and flat left.
The understeer as well, as I go around the corner and start putting my foot down.
Right opens, brake, into
Obviously the
hairpin
tyres are
left, 50.
scrambling for grip, and they're unable to actually give me that grip.
4 left, 60.
And you hear it as well, which is fantastic.
Finish.
Ooh. And even these off-camber corners, it does give it
Slowing,
a
stop at Marshalls.
it does give it a very, very good feel. So tarmac-wise, I think the physics, or in fact, I think the physics full stop, are extremely good. That was a really poor run. Faster than my test run, but still a very poor run. If you have a look at the replay, though, you'll see what I mean by very good graphics. So this is a mid-range. I've got this set on medium graphics for the most part. This is what I see. It's better than WRC. It's better than the Dirt Rally series. Obviously, it's newer. It's running on Unreal Engine. One of the things you will see is, if you look carefully there, you'll see like a weird jitter, and it's not as noticeable when you are driving the car. I don't know about in VR. That could be interesting. This is an Unreal Engine thing. The high frame rates, there's a weird jitter, and you get these odd, slight fluctuations in the frame rate. And I think this is something they're going to have to look at in case people start feeling sick, because I think it might be a thing. But this is obviously just a very early version 0.1. If they can figure that out, excellent. It'll be great. I'm giving them that sort of leeway. Honestly, it doesn't feel like a version 0.1. It feels like a version 0.5, a close to release beta. All that is missing are the stages, extra locations. Whilst we're in this replay, that is something that I was talking about, something to be concerned about. With EA Sports WRC and Richard Burns Rally, especially with the modding scene in Richard Burns Rally, there are so many stages and locations available, giving you everything from heavy gravel to light gravel to snow to narrow roads, wide tarmac roads, narrow tarmac roads, whatever you want, it is there. Do you want to be racing in Scotland? All right, there you go. Do you want to be racing in Wales? There you go. Finland, Sweden, Argentina, Greece, New England, wherever it is, you have that. You have the options. Somewhere in Africa, do you want to do some sort of rally in, I don't know, Malawi or Kenya or something? It's available. You can do it, and I think that's really good. Given what I've heard about Assetto Corsa Rally, there are not going to be that many stages. Now, all of these are laser scanned. And that's quite a view, just to see the car just bounce off like that. Yes, given what I've heard of Assetto Corsa Rally, there are not going to be that many locations and stages available. And that is my primary concern. Because unless this opens up to modding and people can make, stages of this sort of quality, that could be their undoing. Not having enough stages to keep people occupied. Oh, my boot's open. So yes, that is my concern on this particular title. But until we get to that stage, I'm not going to question it just yet. If we get closer to the time and it seems like modding is going to be a really difficult thing to do, then yes, I will be maybe questioning it. But for now, physics-wise, as I said, it feels fantastic. Looks-wise, this is medium graphics generally. It looks great. It really, really looks great, and it runs fairly smoothly, at least when you are driving. Force feedback obviously will we'll work on. That guy ran a little bit late. Force feedback needs to be worked on and needs to be improved. But yeah, it's. I'll show you this more when we go to the next stage in Wales. You'll see that I'm scrambling to figure out where the grip is because I cannot feel it on the force feedback. But I do know where to turn in because I can feel the weight transfer. In fact, let's go to that now, shall we? So we'll just go and exit and go back to the main menu. And let's up the speed a bit. We'll go pick a 2003, was it Group A car? 2000s car? I've forgotten what it's called already. Change the stage, let's go there because that's familiar to me. That is familiar, I want that vehicle. Does this have liveries yet? Not check that. No. But it does have all this information about it. So, there we go. Oh look, we've got Sebastian Loeb being mentioned, Colin Sainz, Colin McRae. This is recommended apparently for an expert. I am no expert, so let's find out how good I am. If this is for an expert, we'll select that one. You know what? As I said, it's Britain right now. Let's go stormy weather. 11:30, stormy weather. Starting road wetness. Let's bring it to 50%. Let's see just how bad this is. Again, I'm going to leave everything else on hardcore. I want to experience. I think for me and for a lot of people playing this as a simulator, they are just going to want to go into hardcore mode. It's just what you do with something like this. As soon as I saw that hardcore mode option, I thought, yep, that is what I need to do. Okay, I seem a little bit close to the wheel here. That's one thing I am going to say. I'm also going to bring that damage icon up. I'll press E to swap that. Oh yeah, that's nice. So maybe I should bind that to my wheel. I'm going to leave it at this sort of distance for now, but I do think it's a little close. Okay.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Go, go, go. 70 over crest. Into.
Right, let's see what it's like to drive in the wet.
Into, 2 left long, tightens 1. And 5 right, short, into 4 left,
okay.
Short, and 5 left.
That was a bit
crest.
violent. So my force feedback, since I've switched off that
Into 3 right, long.
Steam input,
40,
I do have better force
5
feedback.
left,
It's just
60.
a bit. It isn't.
Caution, brake,
It's
junction,
strong, but
square
it
left,
isn't. As I said, it
60
doesn't
over
tell
crest.
me everything that I need to know.
4
I'm
right,
scrambling
short,
to figure
over
out
crest,
exactly
40, 3
where.
left long, tightens late, into,
Where the grip
2 right,
is.
don't cut, 50.
Oh, this is very wet, very horrible. I've just
Into 3
run
left
over
long,
someone and
opens,
just. Oh dear.
and tightens.
Whoops.
Into 2
Let's
right,
go.
don't cut, and 3 left, short, 40. 2 right,
So I don't think I've tried this with this particular
flat
these
left, over
conditions,
crest, and 5 left,
and
40,
I have to
brake.
say this is
2 right,
this
don't
is
cut.
very
3 right,
very
tightens
tough.
late, don't cut. Junction, go right, 100.
very tough.
3 left long.
I remember
small cut, 40.
watching
5 left.
I think it was Rally Wales. In fact, I think it was
6
this
right, don't
stage.
cut, into 3 left
And I
long,
remember watching
don't
Colin
cut,
McRae
tightens
going
late,
up
and
that
6
hill.
right,
So where
long.
he said go right, Colin McRae went left, went
Into
up that
4
hill
left,
in
small cut,
his
100.
Ford Focus, and
6 left.
he had to reverse all the way back
Brake,
down it.
5 left, into hairpin right.
I remember that. That's an old memory.
40.
Oh, car won't turn.
Hairpin
Don't
left.
have a. Let's see if I can. No, I can't even
Square
flick it
right,
around.
don't cut.
I don't think I've got the ability to flick
right,
this one
and
around.
3 left
Not
long.
without a handbrake anyway. There probably is a way to do it, and I
And
just
5
do not
right.
know it.
2 left long.
Actually,
small
of course
cut.
there's a way to do it, with a
And
clutch.
2 left
Clutch
tightens,
kicks.
Caution through gate.
Why am I not doing
And
that?
3 right opens.
Ooh.
5 left long and 4 left very long.
So,
Over
as I
crest,
said,
keep
it's
in,
a
40.
steep learning curve. That this is
left,
difficult
60.
to be driving at any amount of speed.
right,
But I think
short,
it
keep
isn't
in.
helped
And 5 left
by the fact that I
long.
have no feeling of the grip.
5
I
right,
just
short,
know the road
50,
surface, the
over
weight
crest,
transfer.
flat
I can
right,
feel
into
that,
6 left,
just about.
100.
This isn't great, but I can feel that. I'm
Kings
braking for
into dip.
pedestrians.
And Kings
I've got to remember not
over
to do
crest,
that.
Into 4 right, dip, 40.
In
5
terms
left.
of how, oh, okay, there was a
And
dip there.
flat
He
left
did say
long,
dip.
over
I wasn't
crest,
paying
keep
attention.
out, 150.
Keep out. Keep out of what? Keep out of what?
5 left, 50.
I have no idea.
6 right, short, 50. Kink left, keep right, 40. Caution,
Kink left,
5
keep right.
Keep in, into 6 left, 100.
Ooh,
Kink
Just-
left, finish. Brake, keep right, 4 right, into 3 left. Stop the marshals.
there we go. That wasn't so bad. I feel like I could have done a much better job of it, but that wasn't so bad. 3 minutes 30. It was tough though. I actually had to focus. I do want to restart that. I'm going to go again. And I am going to up this. We are going Group B. We're definitely going Group B soon. I want to do Group B in the rain. That's insanity. So the goal here is going to be... don't hit anybody? Yeah, let's try and do that. Doesn't matter if I'm not that fast. 3 minutes 30 is the time to beat. Right, I almost hit the marshal. That's a good start.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Go. 70 over
Here we go.
crest, into 5 right long, tightens 3. Into 2 left
I think
long,
it's difficult
tightens 1.
to actually talk and
And 5 right, short. Into
to
4
talk
left,
and
short.
do this
And 5 left,
simply
over
because
crest,
if you do not know the
into 3 right,
if you do not
long,
know the stage,
40.
then
5 left.
it makes it very
60.
very tough.
Caution, brake, junction, square
Trying
left.
to
60
feel
over
the
crest.
oh, that's actually gone quite well.
4 right,
Trying to
short,
feel
over crest, 40.
the
3
grip
left
and
long,
scrambling
tightens
around as I
late.
was
Into
mentioning.
2 right, don't cut,
It's
50.
it's much
Crest,
harder
into 3 left long,
to do so
opens, and
when I
tightens.
have no that
Into 2
I
right,
have a
don't
lack
cut,
of
and
feeling
3 left, short, 40.
of, as I said, weight
2
transfers
right,
there.
don't cut,
So I know when the car's
70.
actually I say that I didn't really feel the car dipping
Flat
into a rut
left,
there.
over crest, and 5 left, 40.
The
Brake.
force feedback needs improvement. That
2 right,
is
don't
my
cut.
one and
3
only
right,
criticism
tightens late,
of
don't cut.
of
Junction,
this.
go right,
That's my
100.
that is my one and only criticism of this. It may not have been that.
left
It may not
long,
have been
small
here
cut,
actually. I
40.
think it was a tarmac rally that Colin
5
McRae went off on.
And 6 right, don't cut, into 3 left long, don't cut, tightens late, and 6 right long.
But yes, this is not an
Small
easy
cut,
title,
100.
and I think that's great. It's
6
difficult,
left, caution,
it's raw,
brake,
it's
5
visceral,
left,
and it
into
feels
heavy right.
alive. That's the other thing. It really does feel.
40.
It really does feel alive.
Heavy
It
left.
makes you feel like you want to
And
keep playing this
square right,
title.
Don't cut.
You
3
really
right,
want to
and
keep playing this
3 left
title
long.
and
5 right,
improving.
2
It's
left long,
it's interesting.
small cut.
It's very
And 2
very
left
interesting.
tightens, caution, through gate.
Oh,
And
through
3
gate.
right, opens. 5 left long, and
Little
4
turbo
left,
chirps
very
are
long,
great as
over
well.
crest, keep in, 40.
It's like a little
4
bird.
left, 60. 3 right, short,
Just
keep in.
a little bird
And
just
5 left
chirping
long.
away every time.
5 right, short,
Careful.
50, over crest, flat right, into 6, left, 100. Kinks,
I don't know why I was
into
trying to
dip,
avoid that pedestrian
and
there.
kinks, over crest,
But
into
there we go.
4 right, dip, 40. 5 left.
Obviously, you can see I'm not very
And
confident
flat left long,
with
over
this,
crest, keep out, 150.
but you can understand why.
5 left, 50. 6 right, short, 50. Kink left.
I'm sure
right,
I can probably
40.
go
Caution,
15
5
seconds
right, keep
faster
in, into
on
6
this.
left, 100.
Oh, that was
left,
close. That was
finish.
very, very close.
Brake, keep right, 4 right, into 3 left.
Excellent.
Stop the
There we go.
marshals.
And that's the end of that stage, and I think I've done that. Oh yes, I've put 12 seconds on myself there. 3 minutes 18. Not bad. Let's have a quick look at the replay. And then, yeah, it's not too bad. I'm clearly improving. Let's have a quick look at the replay. And then move on to something more difficult. Visually, this is pretty good. My driver's a little low down in the vehicle. Oh, it's co-driver, that's why. Wrong side. I guess the co-driver does have to be pretty low in the vehicle. Why is the co-driver so low in the vehicle? Different type of seat. Maybe so that they can focus on the pace notes without looking outside. Don't feel sick, potentially. Now you can see here, as I'm driving through, it's leaving these lines, these grooves. Now apparently, those grooves will remain as you go through. So, the previous car, if you're the first in a queue in a rally, you have none of these grooves. If you are the last in a queue, you're going to have a horrific time on one of these. And I think that's really cool. It's all these details that they are working on. So really what you have to do, if you're first in a rally, make as many of those grooves as you possibly can. But you'll notice that as you're looking at this, watch how the car moves. Everything, it looks realistic. The movement of the car looks very, very realistic. It doesn't look like, at any point, the car does not look like it's on rails. It does not look like it's calculating something in a more arcade manner. It looks like it is calculating the position of each wheel. It's calculating the gravity and everything and shoving the car in that direction. And I think that's really, really cool. And it gives you nice shots like that. Each car feels, I'd say predictable, not in the sense of they're predictable to drive, but predictable as in you know what you've done wrong when you crash. It's very easy to go, oh, yeah, okay, I understand what I've done. Whereas in, for example, when I used to play Dirt's Rally 2.0 or Dirt Rally, I used to find that I wasn't sure what I'd done. Now, the other title that does this quite well is BeamNG Drive on the gravel with its rally mode. When you crash, you know what you've done wrong. It's quite obvious where you've gone wrong. On the tarmac, it's a little bit harder, but on the gravel, you can say, yep, okay, I know what I did. So there is that as well. And obviously in Richard Burns' rally, the way the physics and everything work as well, it's a very similar case. You know what you've done. You look at it and go, oh yeah, okay, I took that corner too fast, I hit this rut in a certain way, and I couldn't catch it. Whereas in Dirt's Rally 2.0, and this is no disrespect to the developers of that, it was some years ago, you couldn't feel that. And I think it was supposed to be for a broader audience, whereas this is really trying to cater more to, well, sim racers, sim rally enthusiasts. That is what I think this is trying to cater to, the Richard Burns group. That is just simply what I think is happening. Now I might be wrong, and of course leave your comments. There's just that little movement of the people running just adds the atmosphere. But yes, let me know if you think I am incorrect. Please do. But this is just what I think. Anyway, let's go ahead and up the ante just a little bit more, shall we? time to go to... Where is it? And I'm not going to be doing this in the rain, because that is going to be silly. Let's go... Now, there are all these rally events as well that you can go and do. I'm not doing them yet. I might do that in another video. But for now, I'm just doing free practice. I just want to throw these cars around, see what happens. Right, Group B time. Select that car. Let's go for... Should we do that? Yes, let's do that. Let's... No, not fixed. Let's not do that. Light clouds? Sure, let's do light clouds. Starting wetness... let's do... I don't know, 15. There we go. And that looks good to me. Right. Time to crash a lot. Because Group B, it's very interesting. Now, one of the things I am going to mention is I have driven this car. It doesn't feel as insane as you think it would, because it's incredibly powerful. But I understand what this car is supposed to be and how it's moving, what it's supposed to do. And that's good. Unlike, I think, in other titles, as you can see, my best time is at 8 minutes 10. In other titles, it wasn't. It was not something I could figure out. But I can here.
5.
Here we go.
4, 3, 2, 1. Go, 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 go. 40,
All right, I'm going, co-driver.
And 4 right and 5 left. And caution, 5 right, brake, hairpin
Yep,
right.
this
80.
is just insanity already. That as well, the fact that I can do some sort of a Scandinavian flick with this is also quite... It's silly.
Right, short,
Like, I should not be able to do that. I could never do one of those in dirt rally properly.
Caution, 4 right,
And the weird
late,
thing is
60.
that I managed to do this
4
in...
left and 4 right, long,
I've managed to do that
and 4
every
left,
single time.
70.
In fact, apart from... I've run this this one, I think, 3 or 4 times, and I managed to do that Scandinavian flick on my first attempt, on my second attempt, on my third attempt. I missed it on my 4th attempt, and this is my 5th attempt. So the fact that I'm able to even do that is just... It just shows how intuitive this is. Okay, it's not the perfect Scandi flick, sure. It did say keep out and I went into it. I'm clearly not paying attention. I need to pay attention on this. In fact, that's probably what I'm going to do. I'm going to be a little bit quieter on this, trying to pay attention to what I'm supposed to be doing.
4 left into 3 right, short.
That was weird. A slightly weird feeling there.
Into 3 right, short. Caution, don't cut, 60.
Now the thing about this is that you need to... Oh, that said don't cut and I cut.
Into 5 left. And
One of the
right.
things
And
that
5
I am
left,
going to
over
point
crest,
out is
50.
it feels...
6 left,
The
very long,
throttle
tightens,
control on this has to
keep
be
in, over crest.
incredibly precise.
Into 4 left, long, brake, tight hairpin left, 60.
Not great.
Kink left.
I made it around, though.
4 right, tightens, 50.
So yeah, the car, like,
Go
it's
straight,
responding. I
100.
understand what the car is doing. It isn't as though I have no idea. It isn't like the car is just on ice or on rails, or it's designed to be thrown out. It is designed like a real car.
Late 50.
And I think that's great. Also, these
40.
oh dear, probably a bad idea to be talking through this.
2 left, tightens late over crest, don't cut, 50.
it's so easy to just
6
want
left,
to put your foot
90.
down, but it's also immediately a death
10
sentence
left,
if you do
100
that.
over
You will
crest.
just crash.
6 right, 100. 4 left, long, tightens 3, don't cut. Into 3 left tightens.
Okay,
over crest,
also there's all these
150.
weird little mounds on the side, knolls, tuffets, whatever you want to call them. I hit one on the very first attempt on this. I smacked right into it because
6 right, 70.
I think I had cloudy weather or something, and it just
6
sort of
right,
blended
over
in,
crest, 60.
and I had no idea what
2
I'd
right,
hit.
keep in.
A bit early.
And 4 right long, over crest. 40. 6 left,
Come on.
60.
Oh dear.
6
Halfway
left,
through.
40, caution, brake, over crest, into 3 left,
Brake
into
over
2
crest.
right, tightens, 40,
Into 3 left, into 2 right.
kinks, into 5 left, over crest, and 5 right, 40,
Surprisingly worked. I have no idea what my splits was there.
brake, 5 right,
I was
tightens,
too busy
into
trying
2 left
not
long,
to crash.
opens late, don't cut, 4 left, opens, don't cut, and 4 right,
Don't cut. Ooh, car wants to step out on me again.
over crest,
Honestly,
into
this
1
car
right,
is
long,
such
opens,
a blast
60.
to drive. It really is an absolute blast.
6 right, 50. 4 left.
That's the first
tightens,
misgear
3,
I've
over
had.
Crest, very long. Don't cut.
Now, a
locks
couple of
inside.
things that I should note is that when I was playing, I think on my
4 right,
second
tightens,
hour of
into
playing,
3 left, over
I
crest.
noticed a few odd stutters at a few points. There were 4 of them
5
in
right,
total.
kinks.
All of them happened on this track with this very combination. All of
Into
them
4 left,
happened
short,
on the
don't cut,
last
70.
section,
5
and they
left,
haven't happened
50.
since on anything, and they didn't
6
happen
left,
before
over crest,
on anything.
into
So
5 right long, 40.
it's such a you have to be so
Brake,
careful
3
here.
left, into 2 right, 200, over crest.
Keep
3
going.
left, into sudden 1 right. 4 left, narrows, into 3 right, 60, over crest.
I've got to learn to get the wheel spinning faster than it is.
4 right, tightens,
It doesn't
80.
quite spin as fast as I want it to, and that's
5 left,
something I
into
need
3
to.
right, over
That is
crest,
me. That's
80, keep
straight
left.
out a driver skill
6
issue.
left, long. Into 5 left,
Yeah.
50, over bumps.
Be
6
careful.
left, keep in. Caution, kinks, over bumps. Into 5 left, 40. 1 right. And 2 left, short, 40. Flat right. Into 4 right, keep in. And 5 left,
You can
40.
actually see I am trying
5
to
right,
focus here.
100. 3 right, tightens.
The chances of me binning this is very, very
And
high.
4 left,
Oh, there it goes, in fact, almost.
5 left, short, over crest.
I think I need a
into 4
rally
right,
wheel.
and 5
Something
left,
that's
into 4
lighter,
right,
something that's... In
and
fact, I think I
4
need a
right,
handbrake,
into
although
2
I know
left,
these cars
tightens.
did not have a handbrake, so that's
And
not
kinks,
an
80.
excuse for me here. Should have downshifted earlier. That's
3
fine.
right, long, opens. Crest.
Honestly, this is
and
such
4
a
right,
good
very
title.
long. Into 3 left, tightens.
It's well worth even with the
5 right,
even with the
into
force
4
feedback
left,
issues
over
that it
crest.
currently has.
Into 3 right,
And the fact
keep
that it's
in,
only 2
100.
stages, yes, I'm probably going to learn these stages. In fact, obviously, this stage
5 left,
is one that
and
I am
kinks,
a lot more
60.
familiar with, as you can tell.
4
But
right,
it doesn't
tightens
mean
3,
that
late, 40.
it doesn't mean that I'm
Kinks.
still not going to mess it up, and it doesn't
Into
mean that
3
I
left,
will
long,
not recommend
tightens.
this. My only concern is that is it
Finish.
going to what happens when they've got however many. I crashed at the finish line. I think that's fine because I've gone past the finish line, so that's not an issue. I've hit the finish. Not a problem. And I managed to shave
Stop
another,
the marshals.
13 seconds off my time. That's, do you know what? That's not bad. That is not bad. So, that's my look at Assetto Corsa Rally. It really is brilliant. I'm not sure what else I can potentially say about this. My concerns are, I think they will sort out the force feedback. As long as enough people complain, or I say complain, critique it, I'm sure they'll sort out the force feedback. It could just be me. I've not actually looked at many of the reviews, but I think there were a couple of reviews that said something similar to what I said. I've only looked at, I think, 2 reviews who have said similar things to what I felt. But if enough people critique it, I'm sure they'll sort it out. And my only other concern, really, that was almost a perfect Scandinavian flick. Just needed a bit more speed. I shouldn't be able to do this in the slightest. I should not be able to slide a car around the way I'm sliding a car around there. In previous rally titles, I would not be able to do this. My only other concern, as I said, is going to be what the overall lack of stages is going to be. That really is my only other concern. Apart from that, this drives so well. The physics on the gravel is fantastic. The physics on the tarmac feel great as well. It feels realistic. It feels the roads feel narrow. The stages feel alive, which is really, really interesting. And I want to see what version 0.2 brings, because if this was 0.1, then 0.2 is going to be excellent, right? Hopefully, with some tweaks, I think this will be great. And if they can address the whole lack of stages, then I think Richard Burns Rally really will have competition. If they cannot, I think Richard Burns Rally is still going to, unfortunately for Assetto Corsa Rally, is still going to stay on top. This wins hands down in visuals, of course, but the most important thing is physics, variety, force feedback. Physics, I think this is probably on par with Richard Burns Rally at the moment. I do think this is on par with it, because things feel... the car doesn't just feel like, for example, this car does not feel just unpredictable. It feels predictable in its unpredictability. And there's a big difference there. In Dirt Rally, this car felt unpredictable. I'd throw them around, and they might do something really, really odd. Just needed more speed there. They might do something really, really odd. In this, throw them around, and they are going to do what the situation shows them to do. So that is what I mean by it's predictable in its unpredictability. Fantastic, it really is. So this, in my opinion, is on par with Richard Burns Rally for physics. Force feedback, well, I'm not going to critique that just yet. I want to see if they improve it. I can feel some of the nuance. I can feel maybe what they're trying to do, but it isn't there yet. So that is something they need to work on. And in terms of variety, it's never going to be as good as RBR, because that has such a massive modding scene behind it. But if it can give and show enough to say, okay, let's keep this going, then this will have a long replayability value. And I think that is something they need to really consider. And maybe the best way to do that is open up modding support. Make it so that tracks like this are creatable. Something like, what was it, Dirt Rally 4 did, or Gran Turismo 5. Track creators. Make your own fictitious rallies. Pick a location, make your own rally. That would be amazing. And then upload that for people to participate in. That would be a fantastic idea. Other things that might need to be improved, I couldn't find a way to switch on or off wipers in the controls, so maybe that needs to be something to be taken a look at. For some people, I believe they have had some issues with their hardware. So that's something they definitely need to be looking into as well. Maybe some hardware not being recognised. Mine was fantastic. I plugged it in, it recognised everything. I was good to go. I actually did not have to change anything at all. So that was really, really good. But I know other people have had some issues, so they do need to potentially look into that. The weird stutters that I had, maybe they need to perhaps try and investigate, figure out what that is. And this slight jittering, which I think will probably be more prevalent in... I think it's probably going to be something you'll notice more in VR, because you tend to be a lot more sensitive to these things in VR. So when you're trying out VR, just be aware, if you have those stutters, there is a chance for you to feel a little sick. But apart from that, that's my look, my first episode of Assetto Corsa Rally. Thank you very much for watching. I will be continuing this series because I think I want to try some of the challenges out and see if I can get better and better. So thank you very much for watching. Please remember to click on the like button if you like this video, subscribe to the channel for more videos on Assetto Corsa Rally. Leave a comment in the comments box below, letting me know what you think, any suggestions you might have. If you can do so, please do consider supporting me on Patreon. Link in the description box below, as are links to my social media and Discord server. That is all from me and my poor driving, and I shall see you next time in Assetto Corsa Rally.